Hey guys, C Hicks here. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're taking a look at Donald Trump's new announcement that it's going to be difficult to lower prices grocery prices since they're already high. Who didn't know that? Did you know that? You know, he campaigned on this, but it looks like he is already finding out, or again, we are in FAFO season and finding out that no, the prices are not going down anytime soon. Anybody who voted for Donald Trump thinking that prices were going to go down on day one, yeah, he's just saying, no, that's not happening. But don't take my word for it. Let's get into it.
We will end inflation and make America affordable again. We're going to get the prices down. We have to get them down. It's too much. Groceries, cars, everything. We're going to get the prices down.
But prices will come down. You just watch. They'll come down, and they'll come down fast, not only with insurance, with everything. Tomorrow, I will end inflation. We will cut your taxes, end inflation, slash your prices. I will end inflation. End inflation. Slash your prices. To rapidly reduce inflation, I will end inflation very quickly. You know, end inflation. Slash your prices. We will cut your taxes, end inflation, slash your prices. We're going to get your prices down. And we're bringing the cost down.
So in news that should surprise absolutely nobody that already knew this, Trump says bringing down grocery prices is very hard after vowing to cut costs on the campaign trail. Now, this is what he said basically after doing an interview with Time magazine. Now, I find this the complete opposite of what he said in the month of August, where he promised on the campaign trail just months ago to take charge of these prices. Prices will come down. Trump also told rallygoers during his speech in August, you just watch, they'll come down, and they'll come down fast, not only with insurance, with everything. Now, the way he described how things may come down in prices is that he said, I think energy is going to bring them down. I think a better supply chain is going to bring them down. Trump on the campaign trail repeatedly said that he believed cutting regulations and other challenges for the energy sector could bring prices down across the board for Americans without providing details. Now, I'm not exactly sure how deregulations would lower prices, because this would just basically embolden these large corporations to keep those record profits up to please their executives and shareholders while not giving raises to any of their employees.
He promised you lower grocery prices. That was one of his campaign promises, and he's already walking it back. Today, Time magazine named Donald Trump Person of the Year, and in that issue, there's a lengthy interview with Donald Trump accompanying the issue where they name him Person of the Year. And he walked back his promise to lower grocery prices. You sold out the entire country. You sold out your values, your ideals for lower prices on eggs. You elected Donald Trump, a convicted felon, an insurrectionist, a man convicted of sexual assault. You sold out the entire country for him, for the promise of lower prices on your groceries, and he's already walking it back. He hasn't even been sworn in yet. He's already making excuses for his inevitable failures as president of the United States, and he's not even in office yet. We fucking told you so.
Trump covered a lot of topics during his Meet the Press interview, but there was one thing he got a little stuck on. Take a look at this.
I won on two things, the border, and I won on groceries. It's a very simple word, groceries. Like almost, you know, who uses the word? I started using the word, the groceries.
It almost sounds like it. Actually, it almost sounds like it could be a song. Wait a second. I heard that it's already done. There is a song. Check this out.
I won on groceries, groceries, groceries. It's a very simple word, groceries, groceries. Like apples, bacon, eggs, eggs, apples, bacon, groceries. Apples, bacon, eggs, eggs, apple, bacon. I started using the word, the groceries.
Two things I have never allowed space for in my life: liars and just ignorant people. I don't have patience. I've never had patience for ignorant people. And now Trump is coming out and saying that grocery prices, food prices, they may stay up there. That once prices are up there, it's hard to get them to come down. Well, no shit. We were saying that. Kamala was saying that. Price gouging. I'm not going to repeat all that. We know that. And Trump supporters, they're lapping up all of his lies. There's no getting around ignorant people. Nothing you can do about them. We try to tell them. They don't want to listen. And now all of these things Trump is doing, I mean, I swear to God, it's like a bad dream, right? And it's like I want a do-over. It's like, all right, come on, okay, enough of this, like, let's play this game for real. And gosh damn, it sucks, right? It just sucks.
He's single-handedly responsible for the popularity of an exciting new word called groceries.
Groceries. It's a very simple word, groceries. Like almost, who uses the word? I started using the word, the groceries. When you buy apples, when you buy bacon, when you buy eggs.
Oh, that's what it is. I never knew. Grocery, oh yeah. Before President Piggly J. Wiggly, no one had ever heard that word before. Trump got the honorary.
So did you guys see that Trump admitted in the Time interview that he's not sure he can bring down the grocery prices? It's hard to bring things down once they're up. It's very hard. He also said that he is not a failure if the prices don't go down. Well, here's the thing, Trump. You are a failure. You are a failure because you campaigned on the prices. You yourself, Trump, said that if I get elected, prices will go down. So not only you are a failure, you are a liar as well. Not surprised.
Listen, we fucked up.
He's preparing you. He said on the first day he would bring grocery prices down. And now he's saying it's very hard to bring grocery prices down. He's just preparing you for the reality that grocery prices are not coming down.
If something happened, promises, knew you'd never keep.
We have some breaking news right now. For the first time, Donald Trump has now admitted that he's unsure whether he'll actually be.
The goal was never and should have never been to reduce pricing. Trump's goal should never be to reduce the pricing of the grocery store items. And if that's what you were waiting for, I have a rude awakening for you. That would literally mean that our economy is decimated. Reducing prices would indicate negative inflation. We have negative inflation during times of, the Great Recession of 2008 or the Great Depression. Every other year, your stocks go up, your salary goes up, things go up because of positive inflation, meaning that your prices are going to continue to go up. The reason why you're feeling it is because inflation was higher than your salary increases. So the goal is, can he boost the economy enough to match your salary increases with the inflation next year? Does that make sense?
Donald Trump has walked back his promise to drop prices across the board for Americans, meaning he has broken his 8th promise to the American people before being inaugurated. Now, throughout the campaign, Donald Trump promised us that he would be able to lower prices on everything, and it would happen so fast it would make your head spin. And before you Trump supporters get in my mentions, I have the receipt.
It'll all happen very quickly. This will rapidly drive prices down, lower interest rates, and put more money into the pockets of American consumers. It'll also bring your grocery bill way down. I have more.
He said that multiple times. Countless times he promised prices would come down upwards of 50%. But now, during his interview with Time magazine, Donald Trump admits that he can't do it, that it's not that easy, that it's very hard. Because of course it is. The higher prices are now ingrained in our economy. Wages have gone up because of the higher prices. The only thing that will bring higher prices down is a recession, which is probably what he's going to bring us to with his tariffs and his tax cuts and everything else. Once again, promises made, promises broken.
You look so dumb right now.
Gosh, I cannot wait until these grocery prices go down. Well, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Well, you're wrong. Trump is going to lower the grocery prices. Oh, what makes you think that? Because he said so. Okay, so while I understand you said that he's going to drop the prices because, you know, he said so, you also said you want him to deport people, right? As he should. Right, so then by deporting those people, we're going to have to then hire American workers, which is going to increase the cost of goods because we're going to have to pay them higher wages. Those tariffs that he's putting on imports, those are going to affect the price of everything, and the price is going to go up for everything regardless. So I just don't think we're going to see lower prices anytime soon. I mean, I should know better than to ask you. You get your fake news from the woke mob, and I just know that you don't even trust him. You don't even know any rich people. Why would I trust you? You don't know any billionaires. He's a billionaire. You need to trust and respect him. He is your president now, our president. So we'll just have to see, huh? Yeah, we have no option.
Genuine question for those that voted for lower grocery prices. What saith you? That's my question. What saith you? I haven't read the entire Time magazine interview, but he said that it's going to be hard to bring down the price of groceries because once they're high, it's hard to make them lower again. What did you vote for? What did you vote for?
Trump said he can't bring down what? He said he don't know if he can bring down what? Them groceries, them eggs, that milk. Ooh, y'all about to fuck around and find out early.
Donald Trump is now admitting that he won't be able to lower grocery prices after running his entire campaign on lowering grocery prices. Donald Trump was selected by Time magazine to be Person of the Year, which is just someone who had the most impact, and that impact can be good or bad. But they did an interview with Donald Trump along with this cover. And near the end of the article where they're talking about this interview, they said, quote, "Yet already, Donald Trump is moving the goalposts on some of his pledges, like lowering the price of groceries. He said, quote, "It's hard to bring these things down once they're up. You know, it's very hard." MAGA got played. Trump ran his entire campaign on lowering grocery prices. He never told us how he was going to do it, just that somehow, magically, he was going to be able to. And now even he himself is basically saying, yeah, it's not going to happen. If you supported Donald Trump based on the idea that he was going to somehow be able to lower your prices, understand that he lied to your face. He lied straight to you, didn't care. He said whatever it took to get elected. And now we have this maniac who's not going to do anything for the next 4 years.
Donald Trump reneges on his inflation-cutting promise and says maybe inflation won't go down after all, even though it's the #1 issue he got elected president on. Trump was asked today in an interview, if the price of groceries don't come down, will your presidency be a failure? And he said, I don't think so. Look, they got them up. He's blaming the Democrats, of course. I'd like to bring them down. It's hard to bring things down once they're up. You know, it's very hard, but I think they will. Yeah, compare that with what Trump actually said during the election. In September of 2024, quote, "Vote Trump and grocery prices will come tumbling down." At a different campaign event, Trump said the following: "Prices will come down. You just watch. They'll come down, and they'll come down fast, not only with insurance, with everything." Contrast that to today, where Trump is now saying, I'd like them to come down, but it's really hard. What's the difference? He won the election, and now he's going back on his #1 promise, which was that prices would come down immediately. The other thing Trump did, by the way, on tariffs, he admitted the other day that, well, prices probably will go up because of tariffs. FAFO going on here. I'll F around, find out. We told you this guy was going to increase inflation. We told you he wasn't going to cut inflation, and now he's admitting it. And he's not even president yet.
From what I heard, the biggest reason why the maggots voted for the convicted felon Trump to be president was because he could bring down the price of eggs. During his campaign, the convict even took it further and promised these rubes that he would be lowering grocery prices overall. He called it a major issue for Americans. However, that was just to get the vote from these idiots. In a recent interview with Time magazine, he admitted that reducing costs might be harder than expected. While he hopes his energy and supply chain policies will help, the felon acknowledges that once prices rise, bringing them down is very hard. What happened to his promise that a vote for Trump means your groceries will be cheaper? It's more like a vote for the convict felon means you're a sucker. And it gets better. With the felon's 25% tariff on imports from Canada and Mexico, they're key suppliers of U.S. vegetables, fruits, grains, and meat. Groceries will get even more pricier. Here's the thing. On the educated side of the United States, we know the president has nothing to do with grocery prices. The felon duped all these inbreds into thinking that he could do something about it. From under what rock did these maggots crawl out of? Can they go back? I'll be back with more news with commentary and other bull.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, raw, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, rat. Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, raw, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes.
You know, I voted for Trump because he's going to lower gas prices. My eggs are going to be so fucking cheap. And I want to get everybody out of the country that isn't supposed to be here. Hi, I'm Kristen Ashley. If you don't know who I am, I talk about politics and life, and I talk about how politics will affect your life. So before you go, don't forget to give me a follow here and let me know your thoughts in the comments. But without further ado, let's discuss. So the people who that literally just sold their soul to the devil, literally, he just guaranteed that he cannot lower grocery prices, your fucking eggs. And he also can't guarantee that tariffs aren't going to increase pricing on literally all things. As in your fruits, your vegetables, lumber, your fucking gas. You literally traded in your morals and your ethics for these fucking things that he can't even guarantee. And the people that want lower eggs and lower food and fruits and things like that, he wants to cut your fucking funding as well. So you guys really did an amazing job. You guys, I just want to say thank you. MAGA, you are just magnificent. Magnificently dense. See you on the next update.
So I'm sure you have all heard that Trump has been named Time Magazine's Man of the Year, Person of the Year. He used to have, or supposedly still does, a mock-up of him being Time's Person of the Year, even though he never was. So yay for vision boards. But anyway, they interviewed him, and he admitted that it's going to be very difficult to bring prices down. He said once prices are up, it's really difficult to bring them down. He really said that. I mean, he ran on the fact that a lot of these people voted for him out of desperation, that he was going to bring prices down. And now he's already setting us up. He said to them, it's not easy to bring prices down. And then they said, well, do you think this will ruin what you promised the people who voted for you? And he was like, I don't think so. But I mean, I don't know. Anyway, he admitted it. Grocery prices are not going to come down. It'll take a long time, he said, if that. I mean, he didn't say if that, but that's what we're all kind of thinking. So he opened the ringing of the bell on Wall Street today. Financial stuff. Okay. But he is now beginning to sort of lay it out there that prices are not necessarily going to come down anytime soon, if they come down at all.
Hey, do you guys remember the lady who voted for Trump because of the cheese?
So I just wanted to come on here and say that if you're wondering why people voted for Trump, it's because of things like this. My daughter likes to take cheese and pepperoni and crackers for her lunch. I counted how many pieces of cheese were left in this before I ate any to make sure that I had enough for her to take every day for lunch this week. I counted the pieces of cheese because I didn't want to have to go buy more. That's why I voted for Trump.
Well, partner, there's just one thing I thought you should know. Music, please.
I told you so. Oh, I told you so. I told you someday you'd come crawling back and asking me to take you in.
What? Oh, nothing. I'm just wondering if you heard what Donald Trump said about not being able to lower the grocery prices. Here we go. He said it's gonna be hard, not that it's gonna be impossible. Right, but he's not even in office yet, and he's already backtracking on his main campaign promise. Here we go. You're gonna try to explain tariffs to me and then make it about immigration? I wasn't even gonna bring that up because it's a given, but yeah, that is gonna make things more expensive. Well, I guess that just means that people are gonna have to shop for products made in the USA. Do you know we still need to import things to make US products? I think what's so interesting about you is that y'all have zero faith. You don't understand that he's gonna make the gas prices cheaper, which is gonna in turn work out. So I don't care if I have to pay a little more for my groceries. Oh wait, so now you don't care? That's right, I don't care that I am paying a little bit more for this sliced cheese. Right, the sliced cheese that you have to count for your kids. Plus everyone knows if we go into an economic recession, it's gonna be Biden's fault, not Daddy Trump's.
Donald Trump thinks he made up the word groceries, and suddenly people started using the term. But now he says he also cannot lower the price of groceries. Your thoughts?
Well, you know, the thing about this coming presidency that we can actually hope for is that Donald Trump's not going to do what he said he was going to do. Like, if you take the list of things he said he was going to do, most sane people would want him to fail at most of those things. And then the other things, we'd all love him to stop inflation. Just stop it. Yeah. That's impossible. It's never happened. It won't happen. And so that he knows that that's not going to happen. He has no policy. The only policy he came up with that has any direct relationship to inflation is the most inflationary policy a government can come up with, which is tariffs.
Wow, did you hear Joy Reid talking about Donald Trump and grocery prices? Watch this.
I don't even know where to begin. Donald Trump thinks he made up the word groceries, and suddenly people started using the term. But now he says he also cannot lower the price of groceries. Your thoughts?
Where's the video, Joy? Where's him actually saying that he can't lower grocery prices? Because what I heard, and what you can actually read in transcripts, is he said it would be very hard to bring down grocery prices. But everybody's running with it like, oh, he can't lower grocery prices. I got news for you. Being the president is hard. Everything you do is hard. Everything he's done is hard. Maybe not as hard as being a crazy talk show host, but hard nonetheless. They're doing it again. They're just taking him out of context. They're saying things that are not accurate. Can I say that on TikTok now? Donald Trump said it would be hard to bring down grocery prices, and it is hard. It wasn't that hard to let them go through the roof like Biden did, but it is going to be hard to bring them back down. There's a lot of work to be done. I'm not making excuses for you. I'm just telling you it's hard. Big deal. If he doesn't do it, then that's bad on him. Let's go, Trump. Everybody else do better.
What color me shocked? The copper-coated con man has finally came out and said he can't get y'all's groceries to go no lower. It's almost like we told y'all tariffs do not combat corporate greed. For fuck's sake, folks, the Fanta fascists use inflation like fish bait, and you some bitches that ain't got nothing going on behind your eyes or between your ears bit it hook, line, and sinker. Quick question for the members of the maggot militia. How does it feel when he finally tells you the truth and it turns out we've been right the whole time? Does it sting like salt in a wound, or does it sizzle like bacon grease on your bare chest when you cooking breakfast? And before one of you boot-guzzling wannabe cosplatriots pops up in my comments talking about how pumpkin spice Palpatine raising prices is actually going to be good for us poor folks, just shut the fuck up. We are done playing pretend. You are not this stupid, you just don't want to admit you were wrong. Anyways, y'all have a wonderful day. Keep them motherfucking boots out of your motherfucking mouth, and remember that the golden rule will always remain yeehaw fuck the law, and I will see y'all down the line.
there it is once again to all the people who were celebrating on election night saying, oh, here's to cheaper eggs. Here's to a cheaper grocery bill. We can't live. We couldn't feel the economy when it was getting better. We couldn't feel it. That was our problem. He's going to bring prices down. You just wait and see. Watch. He told us he'll bring it down. He told us it'll all go back to how it was when he was in office. It'll all drop back down like that. And nothing we did to explain to them, hey, we had a pandemic. We was coming out of that pandemic. And inflation was something that the entire world is feeling. I can't count the times that I sat and said that. It's not just us. It's everywhere. And no matter how many times I said that, it wasn't true because Trump was out there lying to them on the campaign trail saying that he could do it. He never had a plan to do it. He only has concepts of a plan. And now that he's there, he don't have to lie to him anymore, and he doesn't need him anymore. And I wish I could go back. I should have bookmarked my own videos so that I could just go back and replay the clips of me saying, once he doesn't need you anymore, he will throw you under the bus. Once he doesn't need you anymore, he will do whatever he can to make him and his billionaire buddies richer. And that's what we're seeing. The last time I counted, it was 14 billionaires that are in his cabinet. And people on the right love to look over at us and say, hey, you don't get behind billionaires. Billionaires don't support you. Billionaires don't care about you. Yet they voted for one who has now got 14 people in his cabinet that are billionaires. And they expect those people to get in and care about what we live and how we live day to day. They don't. They've never cared about us. I've said from day one that Donald Trump would not wipe his nose on our Sunday best here in Appalachia, and it's true. He said those things to get elected. He never explained how things worked. He just said things that he knew would spark reactions from the audiences. And here I go with my wrestling analogies, but did you know that some of the best guys that made the most money really didn't do the most?
Wow. I didn't know that. I just, you're telling me now for the first time.
I mean, it's okay if to get the job, Donald Trump said over and over and over again that he was going to bring the price of groceries down. But now he's saying, you know what, folks, you know what? That's really hard to do. It's really hard. I don't know if I can do it because once they're up, it's hard to bring them down. I know I promised I'd do it ASAP, but more than likely I'm not going to. I mean, that's okay, because that's not like a lie or anything, right? Like, we would all do the same thing if we were going for a job. We would be like, yeah, I can do this, I can do that, yeah, I can do this and that and this and that, sure. And then once we got the job, we'd be like, you know how I said I could do this and that? Well, really, I can't. That shit is hard to do. But I still got the job, right? I still got the job. Yeah, we would still have the job, right? Yeah.
The family matter and the truth of the matter. Here was God's plan to show y'all the liar.
See, this video is multifaceted. You say, John, what do you mean by multifaceted? Well, number one, she's admitting that grocery prices are high under the current administration. Number two, that she doesn't understand how the government works and how the transfer of power works. Number three, she doesn't understand anything because not like us, definitely shouldn't be the video song choice that she uses. But anyway, I digress. Let me ask y'all a question. Democrats, come to the front. Y'all know Donald Trump can't do nothing until he's put in office, right? He's elected. But the current president who could actually change this stuff or change the last few years is still in office. The problem is he's sending money where? Ukraine. Y'all don't have a problem with that. See, this is why Trump is needed. People like Trump because they remind you that America used to be great. And then y'all got in charge the last, 16 out of 20 years? Skedaddle.
It's moments like this on CNN that make me thrilled about Trump becoming president.
Because he says things that are wrong.
Well,
and he interrupts incorrectly because our job is to
I'll just wait. Can
Wait a second.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Finish
No.
your point.
Look, I play this game every time we come out here. The legitimate answer is he's going to do stuff on energy. He's going to take regulatory shackles off of the energy producers. If you talk to anybody in the energy business who produces, refines, deals with pipelines, this administration, Democrats in Congress, have put shackles on what they can do.
Why is energy production at a record high?
If you take the shackles off, the prices will go down.
I guess what I'm wondering is why won't you answer the point that she's making, which is that if it's so bad, why is energy production
I didn't dispute
now,
it.
higher than it was under Trump? And on top of that, Trump was asked a very simple question. If you promised the American people that you would bring prices down and then you failed to do that, is that not a problem? Is that something that the American people will
If he brings energy prices down, and if he extends the tax cuts, and he generally implements an economic climate in which incomes can rise and certain things do come down, and he tells the American people the truth about what he's doing the entire time, I think it will be okay.
Hey, Scott, that's a lot of ifs. And the last one, if he tells the truth, I'm looking forward to Donald Trump being your president and you having to explain why our country is heading towards a 1929 style depression.
So to all y'all that voted for Trump because he said he was going to bring grocery prices down, how are y'all feeling right now? How are y'all feeling now that your homeboy reneged on his promise? And then he had the nerve to pretty much blame the Biden-Harris administration by being like, well, they got them up, so it's going to be pretty hard to bring it down. Like, Trump, if you can't do it, just say that. And it's crazy because he ran his entire campaign based on the fact that he could lower grocery prices, and yet he never told us how. Because remember, he had concepts of a plan, but not an actual plan. And I can't say that I'm surprised. I mean, it's no shock to me that a criminal would lie his way into presidency. Like, you Trump supporters really effed around and found out. And you found out quick. Like, he's not even in office yet, and he's already breaking promises. You know, I kind of feel bad for y'all. Yeah, because if I voted for Trump, I mean, I'd be so embarrassed right now. Because he really got up in y'all faces and said, a vote for Trump means your groceries will be cheaper. Yeah, no. But you know, it wouldn't be that hard to fool a group of people that would look up what are tariffs right after the election. But hey, if he makes it happen, he makes it happen. But I don't think he's going to make it happen.
Trump went to that podium and pretty much said, it's going to be very, very hard to lower grocery prices. It's going to be very hard to lower the prices of groceries. I just can't do it. Why are y'all shocked? Why are y'all shocked by that? That man has only been in like a grocery store one time. And that was for his campaign. He literally did it for his campaign. They literally made a fake McDonald's so that way he can make it seem like he was actually working for the McDonald's. Why did y'all think? Y'all literally got this stuff talk about, at least I'll be able to afford gas and groceries again. Now that he said that, what are you doing now?
Did you guys see the interview with that farmer? It's been all over TikTok. He was a dairy farmer, and it was a big operation, and it basically ran 24 hours a day, and there were just tons of workers there. And he said that something like more than 80% of the workers were undocumented workers. And he said if Trump follows through on his plan to round up undocumented workers and deport them and put them in camps and whatever, that his operation would be shut down overnight. He could not get regular Americans, not only couldn't get them to work these positions, wouldn't have the money to pay them that they would require for these positions. He said the production would immediately shut down, and he said within 48 hours, products would disappear from the shelves at supermarkets, meaning milk, cream, butter, anything that derives from dairy. Within 48 hours, he said. That's how dramatic it would be. His operation was running around the clock. So he said the operation would literally shut down if Trump actually followed through on his deportation plan. Which means it ain't happening. Which means now Trump has already said it's going to be difficult lowering grocery prices, and now he won't be able to do the deportation promise that he made very boldly. You know, it's like, put up or shut up. And on top of that, he wants to do 25% tariffs to Mexico and Canada. Like, talk about, if he did all of these things, it would literally destroy our country almost instantly. He's not going to do it. He's not going to do any of it. Just like the wall last time. He said Mexico was going to build the wall and they were going to pay for it. He's going to do the same thing. He's not going to be able to keep any of his promises.
Have you guys heard this talking point a lot lately? Donald Trump said he doesn't know if he's going to be able to lower grocery prices. I wonder where they heard that from.
Donald Trump just exposed how much of a liar he is during today's stunt of a press conference at the New York Stock Exchange. So first, Donald Trump admitted that he may not be able to bring down grocery prices.
Well, at the NYSE speech, here's what the rest of us heard Trump say.
When that happens, prices are going to start coming down because people can't afford their groceries, and they're going to be affording their groceries very soon.
Seems like we've got a case of the parrots going on again. Those darn social media parrots. So as you can see, all it takes is one creator to run with something. At any rate, Donald Trump absolutely still pledged his commitment to get grocery prices down. So whatever else you're hearing, they're just taking any tiny little sound bites or propaganda they can to try to smear him. And they're not going to stop, guys. It is what it is. I mean, you just got to be smart, stay level-headed, be positive, like root for the country. Are they really going to continue to talk about Donald Trump in a negative light for the rest of their lives? Could things be any worse? The grocery prices were already so bad. So I'm looking ahead for January 2025. I'm having a positive mindset, and I hope that he pulls it off and everything goes well for us. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
Okay, guys, those are all the reactions I put together for this video. What are your thoughts? If you voted for Donald Trump, do you feel lied to? Do you feel as though he said whatever he needed to say to get the job? Because it's feeling like that. It's feeling as though he's backing out of most everything, or quite a bit of things he claimed he was going to be able to do. He was never going to be able to reduce grocery prices, at least not without getting with the big stores and the companies. But he's not going to do that. Well, I'm sorry. In my opinion, he's not going to do that. He never was. And again, all those people who said they voted for Donald Trump for lower food prices, for the price of eggs, he's telling you that these eggs prices are not going down. How do you feel about that? Do you feel lied to? Or are you like some of the people in the videos who feel that, oh, well, if he lowers electricity costs or that it will lower everything? Explain that to us. Let us know. I'm curious because it seems to me that, yes, indeed, we are in the FAFO season and we are realizing that, hey, prices aren't going down anytime soon. I'm curious to know what you feel. Get in those comments. Let me know specifically if you're MAGA and Donald Trump is the person you voted for. Do you feel lied to? And if not, could you tell us why? Because prices are not going down. It's just not. But that's my opinion. Those are my thoughts. Get in those comments. I would love to hear from you. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. I appreciate all of you. And until next time, toodles.